All right, let's talk about how to get off that financial treadmill for good. Today, we're diving into the playbook that the wealthy actually use to build real, lasting financial freedom. Let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? Payday hits, you look at your bank account, and you just wonder, where did it all go? You're working hard, you're making decent money, but it feels like you're just running in place. It's a super common, super frustrating feeling, but I promise you, it does not have to be this way. So here's the thing that trips most people up. The problem isn't always about making more money. It's about what's happening to the money you already have. Think of your finances like a bucket you're trying to fill with water. Well, for most of us, that bucket is full of these tiny invisible holes, and your wealth is leaking out just as fast as you can pour it in. Let's start with the biggest leak of them all. And ironically, it's probably the one place you've been taught is the absolute safest place for your money. Yeah, we're talking about the bank. Okay, check this out. It's kind of wild when you see it side by side. On one side, you've got your savings account, where your cash is literally being eaten alive by inflation. Its actual buying power is shrinking every single day. Meanwhile, the bank takes your money, lends it out to other people at a high interest rate, and makes an absolute fortune. You're losing, they're winning. With your money. And look, the bank isn't the only problem. We've all got these silent wealth destroyers leaking money from our bucket every day. That brand new car? Poof, it loses a huge chunk of value the second you drive it away. That daily coffee that adds up to, what, like $1,500 a year? That's a leak. Those subscriptions you totally forgot you were even paying for, all tiny little leaks that are just draining your future away. All right, enough of the bad news, right? Let's talk about how we actually fix this. It all starts with a huge, fundamental shift in how you think about money. And listen, this isn't some complicated secret for the elite. It's a really simple change in perspective that truly separates the wealthy from, well, everyone else. And honestly, it all boils down to this one super simple idea. Before you buy anything, just ask yourself this one question. Is this thing going to pay me, or am I going to have to pay for it? An asset, like a stock that pays a dividend or a rental property, puts money in your pocket. A liability, like that new car with the big loan, takes money out. The whole game is just to collect assets and avoid liabilities. Simple as that. This quote just absolutely nails it. You have to stop chasing paychecks. Instead, focus on creating value. When you solve problems for people, whether it's through a business, a special skill, or a smart investment, the money just naturally follows you. Value is the real thing. Money is just the shadow it casts. So how do we actually put this into practice? I promise it's not as complex as it might sound. Here's a really straightforward two-move playbook you can start using today to build your very own wealth-generating engine. First up, you play defense. You become a financial detective, hunting down every single one of those leaks we just talked about and plugging them up tight. Once you've stopped the bleeding, then you switch to offense. You start systematically taking that money you saved and using it to buy assets that go to work for you. So, this is your new shopping list. Instead of spending on things that drain your wallet, you start buying things that fill it up. We're talking about simple, broad market index funds that let you own a tiny piece of the whole economy. We're talking about knowledge, books, courses that increases what you can earn, even small slices of real estate that generate income. These are the things that put money back into your pocket. And this is where the real magic happens. When you get your defense and your offense working together, you unleash the single most powerful force in finance: compounding. This is the secret sauce that makes your money start working way harder than you ever could. You know, the investing legend Charlie Munger famously said that getting to your first $100,000 in investments is by far the hardest part. Think about it like you're pushing a snowball at the very top of a big hill. At first, it's all you. You're pushing, you're sweating for every single inch, but once that ball gets big enough, gravity takes over. That first 100 grand is you just building the snowball. And this is what it looks like when gravity finally kicks in. That first 100K, maybe it takes you 8 long years of grinding it out. But look what happens next. The next 100K only takes 5 years. And the one after that, just 4. Your money starts doing the heavy lifting for you, and your wealth just starts to accelerate like crazy. Now, if you want to see the absolute masterclass of this whole concept, look at the strategy the ultra-wealthy use called buy, borrow, die. It's brilliant. They buy assets that grow in value, like stocks or real estate. Then they borrow against that growth to live on. And here's the kicker. Loans aren't income, so it's tax-free cash flow. And then, when they pass on, their heirs inherit those assets at the new, higher value, and a huge chunk of the capital gains tax just disappears. It's the ultimate example of making your assets do all the work. So, at the end of the day, it really just comes down to this one single choice. Are you going to keep spending your life trading your time for money, stuck on that treadmill forever? Or are you going to start today, plug the leaks, buy assets, and finally build a system where your money starts working for you? The choice is entirely yours. Hey, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you don't miss our next one. We're going to be breaking down another major hurdle to financial freedom. I'll see you there.